Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Adventures in Dudeness. Uh, Today, I think we have a great show in store for you. I just want to give a little update on some things. I guess we'll do a preview of the YouTube, um, and uh, kind of give you an idea what to expect over there, what I'm getting ready to record. Um, So, you can look forward to I'm going to do a video on winter vehicle preparedness. Apparently, we've had a bad storm here in the past week or so, and a lot of people stuck on the highway. And sadly, this is, you know, I have my opinions about being stuck in a snowstorm, as I have lived in the Northeast, in the kind of the snow belt area. We get that lake effect snow stuff, not as much as we used to. But I've also lived down south where there's hurricanes. So, with both of those things, they're not a surprise. So you prepare yourself and stay home and all that good stuff because you only leave the house unless it's an absolute emergency. But some folks apparently did not heed that warning like they should have. So, yeah, I'm going to do a video on kind of some ideas to give you on some things to keep in your vehicle during the winter time. I am a kind of a being from living down south, I guess, for several years in hurricane area. You kind of learn how to be uh, more prepared for life. Kind of comes with the territory. It's something you don't really have the option of doing, and it just becomes habit after a while. And it's a good habit, as in the past, our probably grandparents, great grandparents, during that whole Great Depression thing, and shortly after, uh, you know, being prepared for the unknown was commonplace, and we've kind of gotten very comfortable and away from that until the Wu flu hit a few years ago, and for some reason, toilet paper was at the top of everybody's list, which still can't figure out. But anyhow, yeah, that's one thing you have to sort of look forward to coming up, and also I will be doing. Let's see. I believe this week I'm going to do. Um, I'm going to smoke, well, weather permitting, of course. Um, I'm going to smoke a stuffed pork roast. First time ever doing that. So I'll bring you along for that. Um, and it'll be a little premature, but possibly will be January's around the grill. By the way, I'd like to hear everybody's thoughts on last week's episode, the Manly Mashup. Kind of what you thought about it. Did you like it? Did you not? Are there some other things you would like me to talk about? Maybe other categories or topics? I would really love to hear everyone's opinion on that. So you can, of course, comment on episodes, even over on YouTube, Odyssey, and Rumble. Um, and reach me through the email as well, or find me over at X and Instagram. And yeah, let me know what you thought of kind of that change. I'm interested to hear people's people's thoughts on that. And yeah, a couple other videos in the works, but I just wanted to give you that little preview of what you have to look forward to. And excuse me, hold on, I just got to take this real quick. Hello. Uh huh. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's kind of a tough economy, and it's the holiday season. Um, yeah, I can understand. Well, if I can call you back, I'm right in the middle of an episode here. Um, but if I can give you a call back later, sure, I can help you out with some ideas on maybe some alternatives to what you can do for people for Christmas um, this year. And yeah, just give me a little bit. I'll give you a call back. Alrighty. Okay. Talk to you soon. Excuse the interruption, folks. I apologize, but that was somebody calling in looking for a little bit of advice. They had a question for me, and their question is, with the economy this year, everything has been kind of tight for folks, right? And we've seen this before. And sometimes the best gift is not monetary, right? Um, Sometimes it's an alternative gift that is best given. And yeah, so let's discuss that. Let's open this up. Let's talk about that. Obviously, we are in December now, and it is the season of giving. Um, and a great way to give is to, or yes, a great way to give is to give time. Um, which we should always try to give time all year round. But it seems to be kind of a little more heavily needed around the holiday season. And it's a great way to give and not really spend any money. And mostly, what it does is it kind of sets an example for our youth. It helps out with our community. We as men we are built to serve. We are built to serve our spouses and our children and our neighborhoods and our neighbors and family members and our community in general. That is one of our purposes. Is we are built to serve. So, what better way to serve than to donate some time around the holiday season? And some areas of need during the holidays are going to be churches, Christmas bureaus, elderly and assisted living centers, um, your shelters for the homeless, animal shelters, veterans establishments, and also your schools as well. They're always looking for volunteers. But yeah, I've let's run some ideas here. Let's kind of let's discuss this and get into it. So first of all, churches, right? Um, Churches, especially, when my family and I were in need a long time ago, before we were able to get on our feet, we would go sign up at the church for Christmas, and you would always get a box of food, basically a Christmas dinner, and there'd be some gift cards in there for the grocery store, and then you would, write down the age and gender. Yes, that's right. I said gender. If you'd like to shut this off now, by all means, go right ahead. But yes, we're going to say gender of the children in your family. And basically, what you would do is you would write all that stuff down, and there would be a date, and you would show up and you would pick up gifts for your children and your box of food for the holiday. Or sometimes it would also be delivered as well. Um, so where can you best help out to do this? Well, number one is if you have some items around home. I know that at one point, even our children, they would get toys from Christmas, and they wouldn't be open. Especially with my girls, my youngest girls, that Barbies. Barbies are cheaper on Christmas, so we get a bunch of them. But they sometimes wouldn't even open them all. So donating, obviously, some new in package items is always good. But we're all taking the time to go through your home. Time is the as the focus here. But going through your home and finding some items that maybe you can donate. Secondly, is go ahead and sign up at your church or a church you don't go to. If you would just like to become, um, you know, donate your time there, even if you're not a um, member of that church, that is always appreciated as well. And they'll need your help assembling boxes, wrapping presents, and on distribution day. Distribution day is huge. So yeah, in all those things, or all those ways you can give time and help out the churches. The next thing you can do, which this is usually done through community centers or community centers, schools. Um, Basically, what you'll do is you'll sponsor a family. So sponsoring a family, or I'm sorry, what they will do is sponsor a family. So you'll have usually like names on a tree, and families will pick a name and they will sponsor that child. What they need though is they need volunteers to um, help with finding the families, which obviously happens before Christmas, but finding the families, getting those names up on the tree, finding people to sponsor a family, things of that nature. So you can always reach out to your schools or your community centers. I don't know if like YMCA's do them or anything like that. But you can also organize and find donations for that family to provide a holiday meal, essential items, and small gifts for children. Um, go around to maybe your uh, local dollar stores or grocery stores, see if they would be willing to maybe donate some things. But yes, another great way to help give your time for the better of the community. The next thing is going to be Christmas bureaus. And today I was just reading about our Christmas bureau that we have here in our city. That they're getting, basically ramped up here to take all those donated toys and get the stuff wrapped up, and get things set up and things of that nature. So you can, obviously probably Google, look around through maybe your county web pages or something like that to find the local Christmas bureau that's near you, and they're always looking for volunteers, especially once again on distribution day. Huge day, people are lined up for blocks, and it takes hours. And the more hands, the smoother it goes, and can help make it a less stressful situation for everyone. So let's see, what else do we have here? Elderly and assisted living. There's a lot of elderly folks and homebound folks, especially as the weather turns. It gets cold, snowy, possibly where you live, and they um, they might be kind of homebound, or not be able to travel in the snow, stuff like that. So it's a good way to maybe identify. Maybe you could identify a neighbor near you to pick up some gifts for their loved ones while you're already out shopping, or maybe some groceries, something of that nature. Assisted living communities also are always looking for people to come in and entertain residents with music and activities if you're musically inclined, sing Christmas carols, things of that nature. And it really is a great idea for young people organizations like Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, and 4-H, along with whatever other um, whatever other organizations that are like that. Excuse me. And also for your seniors, they are going to more than likely need some community service credits in order to graduate. So that would be an outlet for them that maybe you could bring them along. Next is animal shelters. There's a big push for adoption events during the holidays, as many people look to get pets. I know that the pet thing around Christmas is pretty frowned upon. Now, I got my dog as a Christmas gift from my parents 7 years ago now, and obviously we wanted a dog and we take very good care of her. But a lot of times people are not equipped to kind of handle new pets, even though they think it's a great Christmas present when it's really not. So what we end up with is a lot of animal shelters kind of being overrun. The other thing you can also do is, well, we have what they call Lights on the Lake here locally. It's a big Christmas display where you drive through and look at lights, and it's next to the lake. Wow, what a great name. Anyhow, we have that, and they do theme nights, and I believe last night was the local SPCA night or some type of kennel adoptive pet night. And usually around, we have like the pet of the week and things like that. So I do know that the adoption events or even volunteering to help take care of the animals, maybe donating some old blankets, stuff like that, is always needed. So you can go over to your local animal shelter and give your time. Next thing is community outreach. When I say community outreach, I kind of mean your Salvation Armies, your rescue missions, which I think is also Salvation Army. I don't know. Basically, your less fortunate organizations, shelters, things of that nature. They're trying to, regardless of what type of situation people have, they still kind of deserve Christmas. So they try to aim to try and make that a special day for the less fortunate. But ways that you can donate your time as well is you can go ring one of those bells for the Salvation Army and collect money. Stand out there for a few hours. Maybe go down to a shelter, volunteer your time. On Christmas Day, dare I say, but yeah, they seem to have quite a few more people on Christmas show up to get a meal than they do on their normal days. So they're definitely always looking for help. And next is veterans. When I lived down in Florida, a group of my friends, big thing that they would do every year is get together, and this happens at national cemeteries. And they would participate in Wreaths Across America, which is a great foundation for the. Really, I think it's more for the families, but it's kind of more for the families of fallen soldiers. You show up to the National Cemetery and hang wreaths on the graves, and it's just a great way to give back to those who have sacrificed for us and to really help out the veteran community, and a nice way to kind of show your appreciation for the family of that soldier that is buried there. Also, there is the Wounded Warrior Project, and also Toys for Tots. You can volunteer to try and help organize toys, things of that nature. Wounded Warrior Project, I believe they also do family sponsoring, things of that nature, so you can go volunteer your time over there to help them organize that kind of stuff. And those are kind of the only things I can think of off of the top of my head. But I'm sure if you look around, there are other areas that you can identify that may need help, especially during the holiday season. I believe there's like some also charity tree lots um, that are all voluntary. You can go there and donate your time, or probably like Boys and Girls Clubs, stuff like that. There's also programs during, I believe, during the school recess uh, for um, for the kids that when they need um, I, what do they call it? It's not malnutrition, but I know there's a big push, especially since the Wu flu, where schools provide meals for kids because they may not have food at home, and when they go to school, those might be the only meals they get for the day. So you can always try to maybe go in there and try to volunteer your time to hand out meals or bring them to families that may need them. That's especially if you have a car, and I'm not saying that you should put thousands of miles on your vehicle or anything like that. But if you're on your way somewhere and can drop some things off, that's always a big help. It's not really. I don't want to say it's not meant to be an inconvenience. Um, I guess it. I mean, it is kind of a minor inconvenience, but that's what it's kind of supposed to be, right? And maybe that's why uh, these organizations have such a hard time finding people to help because they just feel that they're far too busy. And maybe they are. I even myself, I get one day off a week, so it's hard for me as well to donate time and manage a family and work two jobs and stuff like that. So, but if you can just find a little bit of time um, to just do something that it goes a long way. And another thing that you can kind of do is um, really we need to give our time all year. People and animals need help all year. Consider volunteering all year long, or maybe you have some downtime, stuff like that. Kids vacations, get your kids involved too. It's a it um shows them how to be human, shows them how to have compassion and empathy. And it shows them that uh monetary items and money um aren't the only things in life. You know what I mean? But another thing that you can do if you're looking to maybe uh, do some do some things around your neighborhood or your community, there's something called time banking, which is instead of giving money, you give your time, right? So uh, we'll break it down like this. Basically, say you're a plumber, for example, and you have a neighbor across the street who is a seamstress, and their sink is leaking. Okay, so they come over to you and they say, hey, or that you can assist them, right, at no cost to them except for parts, of course. Nobody expects you to pay for anything out of your pocket. You're just simply giving your time and your skill. But you can go over there, fix their sink, and then at some point when you may need a pair of pants sewed or a dress taken care of, something like that, they can reciprocate by doing that for you. So basically, what there is there are time banks, and you can find these on websites. These are all over the world, and it's also part of kind of quote unquote a parallel economy, is what it's kind of set up as, and you can sort of look that up yourself if you would like. But it's again, like I said, it's an exchange of time, which obviously time banking, but you go onto a website once you find a time bank and maybe identify some people in your area. HOAs have it. A lot of HOAs have it. Some neighborhoods have it. Other organizations start time banks. And you can join the time bank. And basically what you can do is you can basically post your skills that you have and kind of put up as much time as you feel you would like to. And then what people do is they contact you and they say, how much would it be to, paint my shutters for me? I have the paint and all the supplies and everything. How much would you charge me to paint my shutters? And you would say, well, it looks like it would take me about 3 hours. So you give your 3 hours, or I should say you charge your 3 hours. So you take 3 hours from theirs, and then maybe another person on there, again, is a cook. So you say, I'm not very good at cooking, and I have some family coming over. If I buy everything for you, could you prepare this meal for me? Sure, no problem. Yep, it'll take me 2 hours. So you would give them 2 hours of they would charge you 2 hours of time. So you would give them 2 hours. So pretty basic concept, but yeah, these are kind of I guess not really talked about thing, but it's kind of a way to, especially if you don't have a lot of money, but you have skills, is a great way to share your skills, help out with neighbors, exchange your time. I won't say it's volunteering your time, but it's exchanging your time. Just like you would exchange, money or goods. And yeah, it's great, especially with like, elderly people and stuff. They're usually on a fixed income and they're not really able, to kind of do the things that they used to do. And I don't think I've ever had a bad cookie from a grandmother, if you know what I mean, so there you go. You go help out your neighbor. She makes you some chocolate chip cookies and all is right in the world. So yeah, that's kind of it, for this episode. And, I hope this was informative for you. Maybe gave you a different perspective on sort of, what you can do for the holiday season. And give some time, give back to your community, help out, and help your fellow man, set a good example for your kids. And it makes you feel good as well. It's really a win-win situation for everybody. But for today, thank you for tuning in to another excellent episode of Adventures in Dudeness. And of course, reach out to me, just like I said before. Email, X, Instagram. Check out the video Adventures in Dudeness TV over on Odyssey and YouTube and Rumble. Yeah, you'll hear me the next episode. I don't really know how to say this. This is kind of weird because you won't see me. Anyhow, I don't really know how to. Wait, I have such a hard fucking time trying to end the show. Anyway, take care of yourselves and each other.